Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? I heard you jump down from somewhere. I couldn't see you. It was too dark. But I heard a thump. So I think you're sleeping on the shelter again, and you jumped down off of that. Because I saw you sleeping on the shelter this morning. Because you're still using it wrong. You're supposed to go inside the shelter, not on top of it. But you start warming up a little today. I guess maybe you don't need it. It's a little chilly right now, but I think it's warmer than it's been. So I think it's super supper and kibble. And I am going to start thawing out some of the extra rotisserie chicken skin I saved for Scruffy, but it's frozen right now, so it's not going to be defrosted till tomorrow or the next day. So it stopped raining. I think it's supposed to start raining again maybe tomorrow. And I think the storm is going to be worse than the one from yesterday. It may be for 2 days. But today, this morning the sun actually came out, so I thought it'd be a pretty nice day. But by lunchtime, it was overcast. But it actually remained warmer throughout the whole day, even though it turned overcast, so it actually wasn't that bad. And I got a late jump on things. I was planning to go for a run earlier. I got distracted with things, and so I went for a run kind of late, and then I ran out of time, so I was able to do 3 laps before it got dark. I just got back. And my run wasn't that great either, but I needed to do it regardless of how bad it was. I was kind of tempted to go for a bike ride, but I just did a bike ride the other day, so, and because it rained yesterday, I thought it would be a little too wet. But the main reason, I think, was just because I left so late that if I went for a bike ride, I'd be in the dark right now. So, let's see. So I spied on Scruffy last night, or tried to. I was hoping to see if he was using the shelter, because I thought maybe it was going to cool down last night, and maybe it'd be cold enough that he'd want to use the shelter. So I didn't see him in the late evening. Right before I went to bed, though, I saw him sleeping on top of the shelter. So he was not using the shelter correctly. I don't know why he likes sleeping on top of it instead of inside of it. It's like Snoopy sleeps on top of the doghouse. Although Scruffy was not legs up on the, or belly up on the shelter. That might be another day, though. I see him belly up every now and then on the table. And then I think early this morning I saw Scruffy still sleeping on the top of the shelter. And then I think he was there actually right before I came out with lunch. But I dropped a flashlight on the inside. I keep a flashlight near the door, and it fell off. Made a thump, and I think Scruffy heard me because by the time I got out and opened the blinds, he was sitting up on the deck. Looked like he was waiting for me. I'll get in the globe there. So let's see. I'm on the way to my run. Ran into a neighbor that I know that's further down, closer to the park that I go running at. He was actually pretty good friends with my closer neighbor here, who's the one that has memory issues, and so he was actually asking me what happened. He hasn't seen him in a while, so I kind of filled him in on the bad news. So chatted with him a little bit, just swapped some neighborly stories about our mutual neighbor, friend. Yeah, he's a really good guy. It's really sad to see that happen to him. So let's see. Yeah, didn't see any cats today. Besides Scruffy. Yeah, didn't see the porch cat. Didn't see the friendly cat. Didn't see any of the twins. Didn't see Boots. Didn't see any of the white cats or the Siamese cat. Didn't see that new black and white cat, or white and black cat. Maybe it's a better description. So I miss seeing that sherbert cat. I haven't seen him in a really long time, so I don't think he's around anymore. So I forgot how long it was, but yeah, there was a really, really friendly orange and white cat. Reminded me of sherbet ice cream for some reason. But yeah, he's, I think, just as friendly as the friendly cat, so maybe more. So this cat would also come up to you and start meowing and rolling over for pets, and he'd actually chase down some people. So he'd see somebody coming up, approaching, and then he'd kind of walk over to them. And so I remember I caught this one on video, but yeah, it was. I think it was the last time I saw him. But yeah, he was. I was petting him, and then a couple was approaching, and he saw the couple, wanted to. I guess interact with the wife, and so he left me, started walking towards the woman, and she starts screaming because she doesn't like cats, and yeah, she was trying to run away as the cat pursued her. I think he was confused by her reaction. Scruffy's looking up at the food. Something, you want your food? It's probably food time, huh? So yeah, have I guess pretty typical lunch footage. It's kind of a, I think it was a pretty typical lunch, I think. Hey, Scruffy. I saw the sun a few hours ago. Where'd it go? It's cloudy now. So I saw you sleeping on the shelter. You're still using it wrong. Should be inside of it. So did you hear me drop the flashlight? Is that why you're at the door? I'm noisy inside, aren't I? Okay, I'm gonna bring out your water and kibble. Okay, let's put the water down. And never did finish talking about my bicycle ride from the other day. So I was talking about flooding in the creek, or well, not flooding, but yeah, the creek was getting pretty high in water. So usually the creek's pretty dry. We don't get enough water, and this time that the creek was somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 full, which is something I haven't seen very often. Um, it's been quite a few years since I've seen it that high. I've seen it higher, but yeah, it's been a really long time to see it even this high. And then I think I was talking many years back. It actually did manage to wash out a bridge at the park, and it took them for several years to rebuild the bridge. But because it's always so dry here, after that winter, eventually the creek ran dry again, or almost, not completely dry, but dry enough that the collapsed bridge was crossable. So there was like a little part that went under the creek stream, but it was so dry, it was just like a little tiny stream, so you could step over it. But yeah, the rest of the bridge had been collapsed, and it was like a concrete bridge, so it was just kind of flat on the creek bed, and so you could actually kind of cross it since it was very little water. And it took them a good number of years to rebuild it. I think there was later winter where it did get some rains, and so the creek did get high enough that the bridge was kind of uncrossable. So you'd have to find another route to get around over the creek. But since the park was closed because of quote-unquote hazardous conditions, I'm guessing there was so much water from the rains. I'm guessing there may have been a late mudslide or something that they decided they should close the park for safety reasons, because I think the park had been open, because I saw a lot of people look like they were leaving the park, and I got there in the afternoon. It's early afternoon, I think, so it was like midday. So I ended up using one of my alternate routes when the park is closed. Usually the park, when it's closed, it's summertime and it's off because of fire hazard. So it's unusual to see the park closed in the winter. So I took my alternate route, which uses main streets, so I got to deal with traffic. So it's not my favorite, but it's do what you got to do. And then my alternate route takes me up to. It's kind of like a back way into the park. It actually used to be the main way into the park, but it required kind of a treacherous descent and a windy road on a mountainside into the park, and it's kind of scary. And I think there's a lot of erosion. And I think after a time they decided, yeah, this entrance is kind of dangerous. We probably shouldn't have people driving down this road. Um, and so they created a new entrance. Wow, Scruffy fast night. So I take the old road as an alternate route. Though I can't actually go down that road when the park is closed, but the road descending into the park, but the main streets leading up to it basically make up my route. And since I was taking a detour, I decided to also take a few extra detours on top of that to see if any houses still had any Christmas decorations up. But a lot of them were already taken down. So I'll leave the balls for Scruffy. Just had a bit of pate stuck to the golf ball. So I thought, there might be some lazy people who just leave their decorations up for a long time. But I was actually surprised. Yeah, most of them took everything down. I think there was one with a manger still up. And then, there was one place that had, it's like wooden reindeer. It's kind of like made out of straw, or it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of, it's wood or straw, kind of creating the outline of a deer, and 3D, so it's got a frame of a deer. And from a distance, though, it looks pretty good. So from a distance, I caught it from a glimpse of my eye, and since there's a lot of deer at that park, which is not far from that house, I thought, hey, maybe there's some deer in the front yard. But as I got a better look, it was clear it was a display. I think Scruff is going for the golf ball with the pate stuck to it. So I'll hold the ball for Scruffy and give it a good look. And it rolled there. I think he got most of it. Oh, no, there's actually a little bit there. Don't know if he sees it. So I know his eyesight's not very good close up. I think he got it. So he didn't drink water at lunch. I guess he's sick of all the rain. Probably has too much water. Daddy's gonna walk off. I think I'm gonna move and get up. He'll probably leave the moment I start moving. Yep. Okay. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.